Hello everyone, this is Angie B. Today I wanted to show you how I add the botanicals and florals to our pillar candles. The same techniques apply to our Be Light luminaries. To get started on adding flowers, proof that it's 100% beeswax, you get this white patina. Of course, I always will heat the pillar candle to clear that off and to prepare it for the flowers. See, it just comes right off. I always leave the wick a little bit tall so I don't have any trouble dipping it. See, now it's ready for the florals. I press a lot of my flowers and kind of organize them by color. We've got more of these bins elsewhere. But to begin, the piece that I'm working on, sometimes especially with luminaries, the shape of the flower, the shape of the luminary dictates how I place them. But in this case, pillars are all the same type. It's just a matter of the flower. Everyone does this differently. Some people heat, some people just press them on the outer surface. I like to do it a little bit more permanent. And to help me adhere them to the pillar, I use what you would use for cooking. I forget what these things are called. Help me out here.
I think that's called a torch is what we call it.
Not in the cooking world, but anyway, I heat a spoon. And I figure out where I'm going to place my flower. It's going to be this. See, that's too big, so break it off. I just prepare the surface a little to make it a little warm, get a little wax on my spoon. The problem with doing botanicals on pillar candles is that you can get delaminations. It's where little white spots that can spread. It's basically air underneath the floral or between layers. This kind of helps put it down so that it eliminates a lot of the air. But there's my first step. This is going to add one of these little sunflowers. The thicker the flower, the harder it is. And you have to let, when you dip the floral, help you get it adhered. That's my dog in the back growling because we're not really growling, but grumbling because we're not paying attention. Isn't that right?
And she says it's also about time for lunch.
Just give me 1 minute, little girl. Okay, you want to pause that for a second? So, as you can tell, I've already hand added all of the pieces for the botanical floral. This is my big dipping pot. I always stir it because it can get warmer the bigger the pot. You can have variations in temperature, which you don't want. Check your temp. All right, so it's about ready. So then I hand dip it. I just slowly lower it in. I hold it down for, 20 seconds or 30 seconds. Sometimes a little longer. I want to make sure all the air bubbles are out.
It's like anticipation. I can barely wait.
It's a slow process and you better have a steady hand. Okay, and then you slowly bring it out so you don't have any ripples or... There's the first dip. I always do two. I make sure everything's adhered before I do the second dip, and it's a little faster, so you just go down about 15 seconds. And then voila, you let it cool, level the bottoms, trim the wick, and it's ready for sale.